A lot of the tube amps I build in head form because I want to use them with different speakers and different speaker cabinets. And I also build speaker cabinets to go with them. Sometimes I need a 12-inch speaker cabinet, so I'll build one of those. Sometimes I need a 10-inch, sometimes I need an 8-inch, sometimes I need two 10s, whatever. So I build it. And this one is a 12-inch with a vintage Rolla in it. I believe that's a Rolla anyway. But what I've done is I have put a 1/4-inch pigtail to the speaker in the back, and it's run up and under the back panel. What I really want to do is put a 1/4-inch jack on the back panel, and you can do that with a cup mount and 2 or 3 screws. So I'm going to do that, and I thought maybe you'd like to see how I did it in case you want to do it to some of your gear. So here we go. Okay, so let's put the cup together. What I'm going to do is put this together, and then I'm going to attach the speaker wire to it before I put it back in the cabinet. So very simple, standard connector. I think this is an old one I pulled out of an old amp. Put that on there. That. There we go. And I use a 9/16 ratchet socket. I mean, there we go. And just hand tighten it, and there you have it. That tooth washer bites into the back of that, and it works pretty well. Here's 3 screws to mount it, and let's put the wires on it. This is the old cable that I pulled out of the speaker cabinet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this end off and keep the 1/4-inch jack for another project. So let's just do that right now. Frankly, you're not losing anything just clipping off that wire. This is old zip cord or 2-conductor wire. This is very good for speakers, and it's almost free because in a lot of old gear you can just clip it off and keep it and use it for something else. This is old power cord basically. I think it's 18 or 16 gauge, the wire, and it works perfectly. So what we'll do, split that and strip it. All right. the end of that, but it works okay, I guess. And 10. All right, now that we have our wire tinned, I'm actually going to clip just to touch that off. All right. And then take a pair of pliers and bend it. What I could do, I suppose, is use the extra hand. Clean that out just a touch. Now, sometimes what I do is kind of tack solder, what I call tack soldering, just to get it in the hole. There we go. Now that's a better way to do it. Like that. I hope you can see it. Terrific. All right, so let's untack that one. I didn't like that one. Turn it like that. Now I have that hook in that hole, and that's it. All right. So usually what you want to do, if you've got a speaker that you really like and you think is going to stay in that cabinet, then I would just solder the contacts to the wires. I put spade connectors on this, and I'm keeping spade connectors just because I might want to swap the speakers in and out, and it makes it easier to do that. At some point, I may just clip those off, and they're not really well on there, and solder the wire. But we've got this ready to go, and we'll go out and put it back all together. We'll get the back there. First thing I'm going to do is put down a couple of 2x4s. My antenna's in the way there. Alright, a couple of 2x4s. I'm going to take the cup and the wiring, run it back through. I was actually expecting the jack not to fit, but it does. There we go. Okay, so now that that's in there, I'm going to kind of center it. Okay, that's good. I'm going to drill three little pilot holes here. Down in there. Find our holes. Okay, we're going to try this again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a bigger hole. Actually, just widen the first holes I had. Right, better. Maybe. We'll see. There we go. Again. All right, there we go. Everything's nice and tight. Speaker wires come out. So let's put it back on the speaker cabinet. All right, so we have the cabinet back. I'm gonna do this. Actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have to do that. I was going to connect it before I put the panel back on, but I can see the connectors from here. So I'm just going to slide those back on. And if your speaker has some horizontal contacts, use those rather than the ones that point down. Just because the spade connectors are more likely to slide off a downward facing contact, obviously, than they are a horizontal facing contact. So now that that's all hooked up, what I'm going to do is take my screws that I removed previously. Actually, it might be easier just to run these through there first. There we go. Let's do another one. And if I can get these two lined up, maybe I can. Right. I could do this with my drill, but I'm just gonna quick tap those in. All right, now that I've gotten two of them in, the other two should go quickly. I like to use these little finish washers. They look nice. I think they add a little something to a finished amp. And again, once this all has Tolex or Naga hide or some kind of hide on it, it'll look a lot better. All right, there we go. Let's try it out. This is a sort of Fender sounding RCA PA head chassis that I rebuilt after it had seen some water damage in much better days. Anyway, let's plug it in. Let's go there. And we'll go to the, I believe that's 8 ohms. 8 ohms right there. Okay, whip that around. Give it a second to heat up. that's it. I'm going to call this one a win, and I hope everybody enjoyed it and found it interesting. Go out and make something, and we'll see you during the next video. Bye-bye.